Me and my friends are preparing this video to show use of technology in the field of education. As human beings are evolving with the beginning of time, new technologies are developed, in which education system is one of them. With the development of technology, education system has also changed. With the beginning of 20th century till today, we have introduced lot of new things in field of technology. In educational fields such as satellites, smart classes and distance learning programs, etc. This topic is very good to discuss use of technology in the field of education. For this, we are preparing this short documentary film. We have conducted some interviews of the professionals, people in this field. Thank you.
We are here with Ms. Amita Patel ma'am. She is a CS teacher in our college, the G.H. Patel College of Engineering and Technology. Ma'am, I'm Rishikesh Shah. I study in a mechanical branch, the first year, and we are here to know your views about the modern technology that we are using today in education. So, ma'am, what are your views to be on the first page? I mean, like, what do you think about the modern technology which is being used by the schools and the colleges today?
Technology nowadays, if I have to say that is a helping hand. I have to say it's a helping hand for each and everybody. Helping hand in sense of now you do not have to go for each and every kind of guidance to the teacher. Need is there to provide you numbers of data, but yeah, authentication is again a question in terms of reality, because numbers of data are there on net that is easily edited. So, but yes, at least you can have one glance that okay, such kind of things can be done on this particular subject. So, use of technology is nowadays is our walking shadow or our shadow in other way.
And ma'am, so what do you think? What are the we just discussed the pros. What are the we just discussed the cons. What are the pros of education? Which we if we use technology in education now.
Nowadays, we all are blended with technology. Education and technology, when they mingling with each other, they can do something new. Miracle will be there in terms of developing area of interest of students, generating their interest in terms of teaching learning, right? So, if I have to talk about pros or positiveness of technology, then yes, numbers of things that will happening with the help of technology, that they help learners to go beyond their thinking. Technology help them to think in different directions, even if numbers of things which manually at somewhat level difficult for them, with the help of that technology, things are becoming so easy, right? On the other side, if I have to say that they have, even if with the help of technology, distance are coming together in terms of now no distance. If you want to call to your friend, let's say on WhatsApp or Viber, within couple of seconds you are going to talk with your relatives, whomsoever is near and dear to you. So, technology on one side, they are really assisted to us in numbers of ways. For example, let me talk about your mom. If your mom is not a good cook or some specific recipe she doesn't know, then definitely she is going to use that net. Let me go to Google Tala Dalal or Indian recipes. Right, she is going to find out. So that is, even if it's also helping hand for those housewives also, right? You just look, observe your surrounding or your society. Numbers of, even if that's sabji wala, they are keeping mobile.
Yeah.
Even bakers now, they are keeping mobile as they have their own network to talk. So technology in one way, it's a very that made our life so easily, provide numbers of comforts. But on the other side, everything has two facets.
Yeah.
And as it's human tendency, I should say it's a bitter human tendency that they are misutilizing that technology much more rather than the utilization. For example, MMS. MMS. Very wrong way that even students are using, school going students are using, right? Gang rape case, if, or this particular very small age kid has killed someone, or something wrong kind of news when we come to know. All these things are at some level here. Technology is responsible, and not technology. We are responsible because we have no sense. We have no sense in terms of positive use of technology.
So, ma'am, basically you are telling that technology is there with us, but
Is
we are
there
not.
with us.
We are not using it in a proper way.
Proper. No, one has to be matured enough in terms of use of technology.
Oh, okay. What do you think about if I say that a day will come when technology will be able to replace teachers? I mean, there will be just smart classes and there will be just operators, and maybe there are some lessons to be taught a day, and the operators just play that. The students cover the classroom. That's it, and there's no manual teaching. There are no teachers, to be precise. So, do you think that way is possible?
Do you remain without water? Do you remain without water?
No.
Are you able to live without your mom? Why no?
Yes, ma'am.
Human touch is required.
Yeah.
Technology is there.
Hmm.
Except that lecture session, technology is there. Even if in the lecture session also technology is there. But that real interaction matters a lot. Yeah, I do understand that online classes are going on. But at somewhat level, that human touch is lacking.
Hmm.
With the help of technology, teacher can teach you. With the help of the technology, your session may be interesting. It may give explore you. It may explore to the teacher also. But the way one has to interact, teacher or student has to interact with each other, or even for peer discussion, one has to require a monitor or a guide or a tutor in terms of a teacher, in terms of a human. So I will never agree in this sense that a technology will replace a teacher.
Ma'am,
Never.
Today's scenario is like that. My school had smart class. It was installed about one batch earlier when I was 11th, 12th didn't have, but when I was in 9th, it was installed in 10th standard. So when I went to 10th standard, the faculty already wrote everything, like you have the marker, the stylus. They already wrote everything and they saved that. And when we came to 10th standard, we were just shown the saved files. So even there is misuse by the teachers of the technology. That's what I saw. I'm not telling that everyone is misusing, but that's what I saw. So what do you think should be done by for that?
As I said earlier, fine, technology is assisted us, not only teacher, but also students too. Even if people who are living on this earth, technology is no doubt assisted us in numbers of ways. But as in terms of, for example, as you talked about that in our school, that the teacher were using technology, we did have that smart class and all those things. Do you think technology can control the class? Let us talk about our class only, or our lab arts only. Do you think we have technology? We are using that language lab, and that softwares are there for us, right? Do you think that softwares are able to control you without interaction or without the group discussion? Okay, group discussion sessions were there. Some episodes related to that particular GT or interview is there. Only you are going to listen or you are going to observe. But for that to happen, you have to implement all those things. And for implementing, you require a monitor. You require a teacher in numbers of forms. I'm not telling only teacher. Teacher having the various kinds of shades. That may be monitor, that may be guide, that may be tutor, right? That may be judge, that may be critic. So I will never agree in this point that technology will replace teacher.
So, ma'am, for the few minutes of a video, what would you like to conclude about this matter of fact that technology is being used very widely in remote areas of India? Technology has reached. I come from a very small town named Killapadi, that's near Valsad. Uh, there's nothing, I mean, like, and even there are smart classes in CBSE schools. I'm from a CBSE. So, what do you think that what would you say to conclude about this matter?
Numbers of things related to technology in school, in colleges are nothing but you have seen that okay in my school or at my home or with me I have smart mobile. I have such kind of a mobile or my school has such kind of facilities. Another person say why I don't have such kind of facility. Let me have such kind of facility. So numbers of people are just using technology only for prompt. It's nothing but a prompt and show. That they want that tag, they want that board that we do have smart classes. But utilization of technology in real sense for the students, find out how many school or colleges are there that they are really using smart classes or technology.
Of course, it is just
Technology is just as I said, it's a assist. They are assisted us in our learning, in our study, right? They are not just a tag. That is what is really happening. Numbers of people are using their smartphones or their smart classes only. They want a tag for that marketing that we have. You just inquire in some of the schools where they have smart classes. How many teachers are known with the how to use smart class? Are they with the technology? Are they updated with the technology? They don't know. They know how I have to teach my students that you have to utilize technology in such a way. Technology is there with us. They are just assisting us in numbers of things. Otherwise, whatever everybody has to do or anyone has to do, that is we ask. We have to decide as a learner that how I have to use technology.
so to round up, you would say that.
Just very good views on technology, as he has explained that broad the current scenario of technology. Now I would like to ask him about, sir, what are your views on education and classroom from past classroom, present classroom? What do you think about the future of the classroom with technology?
Let's first concentrate about the past of the classroom. So, means we have three generations. Okay, right now two generations are sitting over here. As you are the currently pass out from the 12th standards, I have completed my 12th before 13 years ago. Okay, our father are studied some different classroom scenario. So let's consider that classroom. So in that classroom, what the teachers are coming over there, the blackboard is there, or that chalk is there, and they can explain whatever their topic is there in that particular scenario. So now from that the evolution is come take place in that thing. Whenever we are studying at that time there is no computer. First of all electricity and all those things are there, but computer is not there. And our father was studied at that particular schooling. When I studied in early 2000, when I am in the 10th standard at that time, I was introduced with the computer at my life. So at that time, some work on some typing work are there with the computer. So the classroom structures are evolving. Some presentations. Nowadays you cannot see that the slide presentation is there. One box is there. From that you can write down notes on that particular plastic strips and put on that box and it will be reflected. Projector, overhead projectors are there. Okay, nowadays you can see that the classrooms are working or the teaching learning methodology is based on the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, overhead projectors are replaced with that smart projectors. So computers are attached with that particular thing and you can directly discuss the topic on the board without writing anything.
This also explain that how technology has helped in present classrooms and what will be the near about future. Sir, I would like to ask you something about what do you think? Is there any change in the mindset of student as technology is evolving?
Yes, it is required because you see that thing from the day one. From you can see that from the childhood, uh, whatever the teaching learning method is there, different kinds of things are there. If you are passed from the schooling in a government school, so mentality is different. Some English medium schooling is there, then the mentality is different. Okay, some CBSE board school are there. So the different mentality of students are there. What happen with that particular thing, the impact of that particular culture will be effect on the mind of the student. When that students are coming to the colleges or some higher education institute, so they are not aware of that particular thing. So at that time what happened, they are taken as a granted. Okay, whatever we are doing in our schooling, we can as at college level. Okay, so with the technology is evolving, student has to catch up that particular technology, and they have also find out what are the advantages of the technology and what kind of disadvantage of that particular technology if they are using in the education with respect to the education. Okay, nowadays mobile phones are there. Okay, so what you have to do, let's take an example of a teacher is giving assignment to you. So initially what student will do, they will find out the topics from the book. Okay, nowadays the student are use the technology and find out that material from the internet. Okay, the concepts of that particular thing is broader. Okay, you can get something more which is not written in the book. Okay, ultimately the thing is what, whenever you are writing the exam, writing in the exam, at that time the examiner will consider whatever the written in the book in your answer book. At that time that concept will be not happen, not giving you the perfect result in that scenario. So what student has to do with the use of technology, they have to define how that particular portion, technological portion will helpful with your standard textbooks. So you can get the more outcome from that use of technology with respect to the learning.
So as explained in point of view of exam, that in the exam students can add up something from net or anything like that. With the help of technology, student can learn himself that some new concept and add up in the book concepts, and by that he can get some more knowledge about
More
the
knowledge.
topic. Another question I would like to ask, sir, that is, sir, how do you think technology has helped teacher to interact with student?
See, initially you can see that the communication, interaction means a communication part is there. So in the past scenario, you can see that the interaction between teacher and students are in the classroom, or the prime personal tuitions are there. Okay, at that time, if someone has to write something or distribute something material, so at that time, what they are doing, they have to write down that material, that own, then printed that material and giving to the students, and that way they can interact. A student can learn or they adapt that thing from that particular material. Nowadays, teacher will using a technology, teacher will directly give you that material without coming to that particular place. You can say that the email technology. So interaction is much easier. You can ask anything to your teacher at any time. Okay. Take an example of WhatsApp. If you have a problem in your mind, you can just write down that problem to the teacher. Okay, teacher will respond accordingly. You can mail them, so they will reply you in the mail. What happened in the past? Whenever you have a problem in your mind, then you have to wait for that particular time. So the teacher come into the classroom, or you have to go to that particular tuition, and then you can discuss that problem and you can get the solution. Nowadays, that particular scenario is changing using the technology. You can directly mail that particular problem to the teacher. Teacher will read that problem and they can respond according to that particular problem, and you can get directly the solution. No need to wait for that particular time. Anytime you can discuss it.
So these were his views on that how technology helps teacher to interact with student. Now another question I would like to ask you, sir, that how technology has helped student for his imagination power. How imagination power.
See, my answer will be contradict you, because the imagination is a person's perception. you can say that. How you are deal with that problem, it is your own perception. Technology will not help you to define or to decide how you interact with that particular problem or imagine that particular thing. What technology will give you, whatever you think, if you have to design, okay, you are a student from the mechanical, so you have to design some machine, but with the help of technology you can draw it, but the idea how it will looks like and all these things, it is comes from your mind. So technology will give you the platform to draw or to give some input and you can define that thing. But ultimately the perception, user perception is required. Technology cannot give you the perception regarding to the imagination. So that will be not happen. If technology will think or some particular, it will give you the perception to the student and student never use their minds and it will harm more.
So another question I would like to ask you is that, sir, your experiences about technology and education, like you have given some on online education or blended education system.
Nowadays in education you cannot complete everything what you want to do. Okay, you are right now in mechanical field, so if you want to learn something related to IT, you cannot learn through that 4 years in that, because whatever the syllabus is limited for you. Okay, moreover concentration about on the mechanical field and its own technology. But if you want to go for the IT technology, so you can say that C and C++ is there. Okay. Apart from that, there are lots of other computer related technologies are available. At that time, the online learning materials are available. It is much helpful to you to solve out your own problem. Regarding to your own field also, you can post that thing over internet and you can use that particular problem solution with a different perspective, different user. Okay, might be that user from some industry, from the education field, or some student will give you the views on that particular thing. So you can learn from the technologies. If the technology doesn't come, then what happens? Whatever the materials or the books given to you, you are having that particular knowledge only. You cannot gain the other knowledge from that particular, apart from that particular things.
So one more question, sir. That is about, sir, do you think technology can replace teacher in future?
No. How you can replace it?
Sir,
For that, the explanation, the teacher must be required. Okay. Technology can replace the teacher, then what happens? The automatic, whatever the thing is there. Let's take an example of a classroom. Okay. If teacher is not there, only PPT is already given to the projector and teacher will be on remote place and it will be operate that thing. Okay, so he is whatever he or she might be talking with you with a remote place and explain something. Now you have a problem with some concepts. At that time what happened? The physical appearance of teacher is not available over there, so you cannot discuss or clear your concepts over at that time. So with the technology, teacher must be there. Must be there. It's a both a part of a coin. Okay, you cannot remove one part and you can run with that particular portion of it. So teacher must be there. Without that, you cannot use that particular thing.
okay, sir, very much thankful to you, sir. Sir, any suggestions you would like to give us?
How what?
Sir, about views on technology and education? What
See,
do you think, sir?
technology is on the right track. So my views related with the education. Now you are in the first year. So use the technology to clear the concepts of the problem, find out the problem solution. But don't give so much importance to that particular technologies. So they can overcome whatever you have. They can so what use more and more reference books in your life to get the knowledge of a different domains, and from that you can find out whatever problem. If you are not finding the problem solution from the book, then you can go for the use some technologies, or moreover practical works are more important in your life. So concentrate on that particular portion also, with not only writing the or mug up the that course books and all these things. more focused with the practical knowledge and apply that book knowledge with the practical knowledge, so you can gain something more which is not written in the book.
So we are very much thankful to Bhagesh Patel sir to explain his views on technology in the field of education. That's all. Thank you.
Both the manual and the technological effort would make a difference about the today's situation. Thank you.
As a value shown in the video, professional people explain their views on technology in field of education. In today's world, we are heading towards the time when there will be education totally depend on the technology. Without the uses of technology, education will be nothing else. With the development, we have lost many things around us, which without the uses of technology, we can't teach to our student. We are very much thankful to you for listening to our talk.